Okay, guys, we are officially starting our group chat today, and I kind of did a little survey with the group before we started the chat on what is the most beneficial topic. So we're going to kind of split it into three separate topics today. We're going to do kind of like 20 minutes on getting leads using like Facebook groups, the apps, and like the most effective strategies that are working for us right now. Then we'll do 20 minutes on negotiating, advanced negotiating tips. Then we'll do some appraisal drills, and then like a general question and answer, and you guys I'll open the floor. You can ask whatever you want. Does that sound good with everybody? By the way, I just want to give a shout out to a few people here. We just had Felden, who we did an interview last night with us on the group chat. He hit over 10,000 a month his first 2 weeks for the course. I want to give him a quick shout out. Quick shout out to Yev, who just came on and gave a little talk before we started the group chat. It was super inspiring, talking about how he's home raising his family, and he went from making only $150 a week at his job now to doing over 10,000 a month multiple times. And it's kind of like traveling and buying phones in between as he's spending time with his family. So I think that's super cool. Okay, so let's get right into it. What I want to do is I want to start off by just showing you guys some stuff that's working for us right now that we actually got real results from, so you guys can go apply it. Before I do that, I want to ask you guys a pop quiz here. Who here has posted in Facebook groups to get leads so far? Please be honest. We got 52 people on the chat tonight. I'd like 50 answers. So if you haven't, it's okay. Tell me no. If you have, tell me yes. I want to see how many people is, the percentage we're looking at. So you say yes, 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 me. We have a couple no's. Yes. We have a no, yes, no, haven't, no, yes, 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 no, no, yes, no. I'm not talking about paid Facebook ads. We're talking about Facebook group posts. Okay. So guys, Facebook groups are killing it for a lot of course members. They're doing fantastic with those. And we even came up with a new strategy to post in Facebook groups. So there's two different ways to post in groups now. Okay. If you haven't watched the last group chat, I'll tell you how to do it. So first off, the old fashioned way. So this is where you just go to a local buy sell trade group, right? Like, let me just open another Facebook window here and go to like a buy sell trade group. So you guys know what we're talking about. So I'm in Warwick, so I would just go like Warwick buy sell to find some groups. Okay, you guys probably already know this stuff because it's in the course. You just click on one. All right, so what we do is we make posts like this, and we put them in groups like this, and that's how we get leads. And we do this about 5 to 10 times a day. Now, here's a post today that one of my head employee, Austin, he posted in the stores, and look at this. He even showed the leads we got directly from that post. Okay, this was in just a couple hours. We got leads and calls from posting this. That was only from one group, that response. And here it is. He held up the cash with the phone. He wrote on the back of one of our business cards, cash for smartphones, put the phone number, and he put all conditions. And he said, this has worked incredible for us. Now, in case if you're wondering, well, what's incredible, just to show you guys what we're doing is, whatever we're doing is working. Here's our sales for the last 31 days is almost 32,000 for the month. So, we've been getting quite a bit of phones lately, and this stuff is really working. So if you haven't tried it, I definitely would recommend experimenting with it to see if it works for yourself. Try to post in 5 to 10 groups a day, if you can. There's plenty of ways to join multiple groups. All right. Who here struggles to find groups in their area? Does anybody have a struggle with that? Me? No, me. I want more. Me. Chris is saying only 32,000. Well, 32,000, Chris, and we'll talk. By the way, my profit margins are like 50%. So that's about $15,000, $16,000 profit right there. So then we'll see what happens when you hit that. Felden says, I'm at like 40 or 50. I need 100. Okay. I used to, but now it's slowed down. So someone says I struggle to get consistent leads in the group. So the key with groups, guys, is you gotta always change your pictures up. You can't be posting the same pics every week. Every week you've got to change your pics or your leads are going to plummet. Okay? Who here regularly posts different pics? And look, I belong to like 1,000 Facebook groups across the country. Has anybody ever posted in a group in like some area that's not even close to where I am and they get a like from me because I saw their post? I monitor all kinds of group and I see the posts you guys are doing, and sometimes I cringe at some of your posts. And then you're like, Dave, I'm not getting leads. I know why you're not getting leads. I see your posts. Okay? So Sam says Dave's like Santa Claus. So someone said laughing because, yeah, Amber says, yes, you liked mine. Okay, so don't take that offense, by the way. If I did see it, it's not that I'm downing your post, okay? I'm really happy you're posting in Facebook groups. But if you're struggling, I'll tell you a few reasons why. Sometimes I've seen people's posts and they're all exclamation points. They're like, they look like this. Right? Here's what not to do. Anybody ever posted one like that? Don't do this. Okay? See, all caps, that's bad. All exclamation points is bad. And then saying bad ESN, iCloud lock finance makes you look like you're a fencing operation. Nobody wants to do business with a shady business. Okay? So guys, if you are advertising for that, you're actually hurting yourself. I do not buy iCloud locked phones. I do not buy password locked phones. I do buy phones as bad ESN just because we do, but I don't advertise for bad ESN either. I'm a firm believer in karma, and what goes around comes around. And I think people who try to buy iCloud locked phones, they actually end up hurting themselves more because their reputation, you attract a lot of bad business that way, if that makes sense. All right. So you want just some nice clean posts like this. Fast cash available 7 days a week. All conditions, makes, and models considered. For a hassle-free 5-minute quote, please call. It's very nice and friendly, not in your face, not unprofessional, not shady sounding, and it's visually attractive. The cash kind of immediately catches someone's eye, and you've got the phone number right there with the business card. It seems very real to that person. Also, try not to use very generic pictures with really multiple colors and big fonts, okay? Like, let me see if I can make one really quick that I see. Does anybody want to share some of their pics, like, on the chat, and I could actually critique them on Facebook group posts or anything? Anybody want to do that? Feldman says, how often can I post in a group? So we try to post in groups like once a week per group. Okay. So my wife is the one who usually posts in groups. So does Austin. And we post in 5 to 10 groups. And then we won't post in those same 5 to 10 groups for like another 6 or 7 days to kind of give it a break. If you post too much in a group, you burn them out, and then they start feeling you're spamming them. You don't want to do that. You always want to change the picture up. You did not want to post the same picture the next week in that same group. You won't get leads. The people get sick of seeing the same pictures. They've got to be new pictures, okay? Has anybody heard something that while I was going over this that they made a mistake on in posting in groups at all? Timothy said, want to see my ad pic, Dave? Yeah, feel free to show it. You know something? Let's do this. Everybody, let's find a post in the Facebook group. You guys can just all, actually for the group chat post all your Facebook group pictures in that post right now. Let's all do that. So go to the course group, right? This will probably be the easiest way for me to help critique you guys. Go here to the group. And everybody post, like maybe right here. See where under says Zoom? Post your Facebook group pics right there. So anybody who's posting in groups right now, I'm going to expect like 10, 20, 30 pics to be on this post in the next 2 minutes. Please go ahead and upload those to the group so we can go ahead and look at them and critique them. Or take a screenshot of one of your posts so I can see the pic with what your wording is. Okay, boom, there's one right there. Okay, I like this one. Kurt Salzman has this. Now, the only thing is this one, Kurt, I'm guessing you didn't make this picture yourself, and I think you just joined today. So I'm not sure if you've been using this pic previously or because I think you've been phone flipping before. I'm not 100% sure. Or if you just got this out of the group. Try not to copy other people's pictures if you can. You'll get better results, guys. This right here, guys, is too commercial. So try to do a post that's more real looking. See, a lot of people in these groups in Craigslist, they don't respond to corporate looking, commercial, very polished pictures. I'm not sure why, right? Because they think like you're some big company or you're just spam. They don't connect with it. But when they see like just a guy holding phones with a business card, as ugly as that is, it's more relatable to the people on Facebook. They just seem to connect with it better. Does that make sense? I love this pic. I love it. And I think Chris is doing fantastic right now. Actually, Chris, I know you just went on a big cruise with your wife. You hit like 20,000 in sales for the month, and you guys took like 5 days off. But how has this been for getting you leads, Chris? You can unmute yourself if you want to. I don't know if you're still here with us.
Hey.
Hey, good to see you again, Chris.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, I've been doing it with this picture by itself. I've been doing really, really good with it.
And are you using this only in groups, or are you also using this in like Marketplace, Let Go, and stuff like that too?
This one is predominantly in Marketplace. For some reason, it's doing the best right there. I
Okay.
did put it on Let Go and 5 Mile, and I did put it in the Facebook groups, but it doesn't seem to be doing as well in those. I'm not sure why. But it's working really. I got 15 messages alone from this ad today on Marketplace.
On Marketplace, awesome. So just so you guys know, when you post, if you're posting in Marketplace, don't post in the groups at the same time as Marketplace, okay? And when you guys post in Marketplace, Chris, you don't say cash for phones on a Marketplace post, right?
Absolutely not.
No, what do you say in your Marketplace post?
I basically just say, like, I mean, I kind of list the phones that I buy. I mean, they're really simple. Just call me for a quote. And that's about it. I mean, I post stuff like this, and there's a couple others that I posted.
So message me for info is kind of like your description, right? And then you post this pic with maybe just like the title of your post is just like the name of a phone, like iPhone 8 or something, right?
Well, the biggest thing is putting your phone number in the picture to me. Like, I get a lot of messages that way. Like, a lot of people texting my business phone from that. And,
so even if it's like gibberish almost in your post, it won't matter as long as you have a nice pic with this, with your phone number and a clear description of what you do, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So does everybody understand that? Does everybody know about Marketplace or has tried posting in Facebook Marketplace yet? If you haven't, Aaron Goldstein has a video in my course, and he actually shows you posting a live ad on Marketplace and exactly what to do. Okay. And I'm giving you guys like, you know, up to the minute type of stuff that's currently working for Marketplace. Now I know we post in Marketplace like once or twice a week. I know Chris, you said you're posting in Marketplace like once a week right now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So if you guys haven't tried this, try putting up an ad in Marketplace, and the leads are fantastic with Marketplace. We're getting a bunch ourselves right now from Marketplace as well. And thanks for sharing that, Chris. I appreciate it. So this one right here is not bad. Oh, what happened? It got deleted. The We Buy iPhones. The only thing is this one is, again, very polished looking. I would experiment it. It is nice and clear. I like that. I like it's nice and simple, clear. So it will probably work. I would experiment with it. I like this. This is a great one. I buy broken used smartphones and tablets. I love this. The only thing I'm not sure if I love is these bars. This has been kind of overdone lately. A lot of people are doing this. So try, if it works, that's awesome. But if it's not working for you, try experimenting with the business card or like a note like Chris has. These things have been working great. And ever since I started this course, whenever I just like write, if I take like just a piece of paper and I write cash for phones on it, you know, like I rip a piece of this white paper like this, right? And I write cash for phones. Has anybody ever tried this, by the way? I'm going to stop sharing for a second and show you guys like what I actually do. But
That's
try this. Let me pin my video. There we go. And I'm going to write the ad out right now. Cash for phones. And then your phone number. Like, believe it or not, this looks like total crap, right? Try it. Try a post like that in a Facebook group with a piece of paper and a phone number, and you can like throw a phone over here. The first time we did this, guys, I had a guy have 20 messages just from an ad like this. Don't overthink it. Don't go, well, who's going to respond to that? It takes 5 minutes to try it. You literally just rip a piece of paper somewhere and write on it. So experiment with that, and it works really good. It's funny, guys, like ugly and simple seems to be some of the best advertising that I've ever done. It always seems to work better that way. Okay, so there's Chris and his baby. There we go. Great to see you guys with the family, you know, being able to support them and everything. That's awesome with this. So glad to see you guys doing so well. And here, I like this one. Oh, that's Chris again. So this is great. He's got a little note there, a little sticky note. The sticky notes are cool because they stick out. Yellow seems to really stick out in advertising. So if you can get the yellow sticky notes, those are even better. So Timothy is He's posting in Kijiji. This is a Canadian thing, so I'm not going to use that as an example. That's not a Facebook group. This is an interesting pick. I kind of like this one from Kurt. I buy phones, and it's real. You got to see the back of the phone. It's got a phone number. I wonder how that one's performing. I would definitely try something like that. I like that. That's eye-catching, and it's also real. It doesn't look too corporate. I like that one. I buy phones, new, used, or cracked. I'd like this, but there's no phone number there. So, like, I also am not sure if I love the way the hundreds are laid out. I don't feel like the focal point is there. I like stuff where, like, you can focus on the money in the phones. But it might work pretty decent. This one is pretty good, cash for smartphones. The only thing I don't like about this is the letters are so tiny, and it really kind of blends in with the hundreds. See if you can make the letters a little bit bigger and write it with, like, a black Sharpie if possible. Like, see how this one's written with a black Sharpie? It just stands out better in the pictures. Is this helping you guys, by the way? Like, give me a yes if, like, this is beneficial and you're, like, going to go apply this to get some more leads. Tommy says yes. Sam says yes. Felon says fire. Ray says yes. Well, okay, cool. All right, just making sure. Let's take a look. See. Okay, this one right here. So, Jonas, I really appreciate you stepping up lately. I want to tell you how much you've done. But this ad, I'm not sure if I love it, okay? And, again, does anybody take a guess why I'm not sure if I like this ad? Can anybody tell me? Because it kind of, like, it looks cool. You got a guy giving the cash with the phones. Too corporate, too commercial. Yes, exactly. Okay. It's another thing is it's very like it hurts my eyes to focus on it because everything's so small and far away. And in advertising, you want it to be obvious. Like, boom, David sells right here. I buy phones. I love that. And it's also very relatable because you have a Santa there. And guess what? It's Christmas time, right? So people instantly flock to anything Christmas around this time of year. I love this pick. I love it. And it's super obvious. I buy phones. And I like the thumb. For some stupid reason, whenever someone's hand is in the picture, it converts better. I have no idea why. Don't even ask me the logic on that one. I don't know. But that his thumb showing, I bet gets him more messages. Just like Austin posted in my group, right? See that? He has his hand in the picture. Here's another one. Here's a look at this. This one is a story post. Now, this is one that he put in the story of a Facebook group. Do you guys remember that technique from last week on the group chat where you go to the story of a group? Well, look at it. There's his thumb with the business card, and look at all the cash laid out on the laptops. I buy laptops. What I like about this is, see, the focal point is right there on the phone number. It's crystal clear, and it pops. And for some reason, seeing his thumbnail in his hand, it just seems like more legit. It's like this is real, and it converts like great. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Again, so I like real stuff. You want to experiment. Like, I'm going up to my store tomorrow. We're going to take all kinds of pictures, and we're going to just be testing photos like crazy this week. We're going to be posting different photos on Letgo, different photos on Marketplace, and we're going to actually document which ones are working well and which ones are not. Let's take maybe I'll even do a video at my store for you guys like I did last week with I know like Chris Crape. I don't know if he's on here, but he loved the negotiation video I did live. Like, I was actually training Austin live on how to negotiate with customers live in the store, and he really liked that one. Sam, okay, so you asked me to critique yours. Does anybody know what I'm going to say about yours, Sam? And Sam, you're going to hate me for this. I know you're going to hate me because you did my meme the other day, and I asked you to do one thing, and you hated me for it. But I'm sorry, but it's the truth in advertising. Anybody guess what I'm going to say about this ad? Sam says, I can never hate you, Dave. The cursive. Cursive is never usually effective in advertising. I've never been able to get cursive to work because you have to kind of like squint to read cursive. And people are just so bombarded with advertisements nowadays, guys. They don't want to waste brain energy reading your ads. So, you want to make it like dummy simple for people to do business. See, this just pops. It just sticks right out at you, right? But the cursive just doesn't. And also the way the 20s are laid out in horizontal, they don't stick out as well. I like when, see, and this one it worked, but they're far away. You can see them better, and it's a laptop, so it makes sense. But with phones, I like this better. See how they're like fanned out on the top? This works much better. It's proven. Most of the image with the dollars are fanned this way works better than when they're laid out in the pic like this. I don't know why, but I know what works and what doesn't. So Here's one right here. What do you guys think about this one? What can you give me a critique on this? Sam says, thank you for the truth. Of course, no problem. So it says too dark, can't read the letters, too dark, can't read. So it's very hard to read. So it's the letters aren't popping. And also it's better if you had like a sticky note, a business card, a piece of paper is much more effective than this black lettering. And these phones in boxes like that, people don't resonate. Again, it almost seems like not real. It's better to have an ugly looking phone, a cracked phone, or just a phone by itself, one phone, rather than fill the screen with phones like this. Again, I don't know why, but it just seems to work better. Okay. Oh, I like this. I buy iPhones. I love that. I love it. Who did this? Ray, have you been getting messages from this? This is great. Now, if you just like throw a phone on a corner, maybe throw a $20 bill here, throw a phone there, you could try playing around with stuff like that. But this stuff seems to work really well for us. Ray said he did get a lot of leads from that. Awesome. Here we go. And I like this one, JB. The only thing is there's no contact info here, which I think I love the pick. I think the pick is great, but I think you're not going to get a lot of calls or leads because there's no contact info. So you need to have a call to action in advertising. And see, this is a call to action right here. I buy iPhones, text or message me. You're telling people exactly what you want them to do. I buy iPhones, you're telling them what you do, and you're telling them exactly what to do. Text or message me. Call this number. You could leave just this is a pick, and it doesn't matter anything you say in the description because all they're going to do is focus on this right here. So I love that. That's great. This is another one, and this is Chris again. I love this. This is great right here. Very real, very connecting. So you guys all get the point. Do I need to continue to go on this, or everybody kind of understand? Everybody got it? Okay. Is there any like new people here confused, don't understand this stuff? This is too advanced. Please be open. I want to help you if you're struggling with this. Everybody says, got it, got it, got it. If you don't feel embarrassed. Ryan says, yeah, just starting. Okay, so if you're starting, guys, make sure, let me go over the course really quick for a second. All this stuff, all the basics about posting in groups is right here, okay? So if you want to learn how to post in groups, watch this video, Facebook group posting strategy. Watch this video, how to post in 10 Facebook groups per day. And then this group chat replay was amazing. I show you how to critique your Facebook profile so that you get the most leads, because your Facebook profile makes a difference when you're posting in groups, guys. If you have a scary looking pic or you have some kind of like cartoon image for your profile picture on your profile, you're gonna not get as many leads. See how mine, I have a nice professional, like a decent looking, nice clean pic. I don't have anything sketchy looking on my profile. You see buy, sell, fix. I'm a cell phone store. It makes sense. I show that stuff in that group chat on what to do with your Facebook profile so you get more leads, and I also give some good mindset. So watch these right here to give you the core foundation of how to post in groups, and then like this group chat will help you, kind of amp things up a bit. And this video with Facebook Marketplace with Aaron is really good as well for if you want to learn how to do Marketplace. Let's see. For groups, Kenneth says, can you join any types of buy-sell groups? Yes, even for cars, buy, sell, jewelry, buy, swap. You'd be surprised what kind of stuff you get leads on. Sam says, I'm in section 4 today. Awesome. Ray says, I'm rewatching as well. Awesome, guys. Someone says, I just started today. Decent leads, have not bought yet. Just keep going. Stick with this, guys. It's some of you are going to be a little more caught up than others. So, like, if you're new to this and you don't get results immediately, like I know you hear, these guys doing 10,000 a month and stuff, and that's great. But, they just might be a little further ahead. But the thing is, they all came from the beginning. So as long as you just continually improve every day and you're watching the course videos, you're spending at least a half hour to an hour watching the course videos every day, and you're taking action to improve, you're going to get better results. You're going to get better. So don't get discouraged, if that doesn't happen overnight for you. Okay. Sam says, once I paid $75 and sold for $190. Great job. Okay, I think we can move on to the negotiation stuff now. What do you guys think? You ready for that? Do you want to do negotiation right now or appraisal stuff first? What do you think? Sam says appraisal. Someone says negotiation, 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 negotiation. Okay, well, let's do some negotiation. All right. So how many people here have downloaded? I want to just make sure. I know I say this every group chat, but there's still people who haven't gotten this yet. How many people have downloaded the common objection and rebuttal script so far and watch the training. Not just download the script, but watch the video that's in the common objection and how to use it. Felden says, got it. Timothy says, I have. Deanna says, I have. Jason says, Sam says, okay, yes. Okay, good. Guys, this thing has been crushing it for so many members have used that script. So if you're not using it, it's fantastic, okay? Kurt says, Dave, can we do a role-play negotiation between you and a member? Yeah, we could do that, Kurt. But for some reason, I find a lot of people actually get more benefit from like watching me in action, like just like looking, like critiquing a text. We can do it. Do you guys want to see me do a live call negotiation, or do you want to go over like a text rebuttal script? What do you prefer? Sam says either. Kenneth says text. Chris says live call. I tell you what, you guys want to do, how about we do both? We'll do a live call and then we'll do a text. And then I can even show you how to blend the two. Does that sound good? Okay. So I'll get up the common rebuttal script here too, to show you guys how you can use that and apply it. Who wants to role play with me? Now, I want someone that's going to give me legitimate objections like we normally do. I don't want to get someone who's going to play stump the manager where you just say no, no, no the whole time just because you want to say no. You know, like I want you to be like a real customer. And you need to have a little bit of experience for that. Who would like to do that? Sam says, pick me, please. All right, Sam, you want to come on and talk? Sam?
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Let me get my video. Hang on.
Okay. First off, let me, you stay on, Sam, and you can keep talking. Thanks for volunteering. Okay. I appreciate that, by the way. Who here is taking phone calls? Give me a yes if you're actually taking calls right now, or if you're only doing text. Let me know in the chat. Tell me what it is. Yes, yes, text only, both. Sometimes no, yes. No call yet, both really, yes. So kind of like a mixed half and half. Half of you guys are doing text, half of you guys are doing calls. Okay, both are really effective. I find calls to be the best way to close people if you're confident enough to get on the phone. I know some of you guys are a little nervous to get on the phone with people, so I really try to support you guys with the text negotiation as much as possible. But, you know, if you really want to be a super good closer, the best way is phone. If you can memorize the objections and rebuttals and you can practice them enough, you're probably going to close people way more on the phone and get much better deals. Okay. I know Chris Kripe is starting to switch over to calls now, and he used to only be a text guy, and he's done 10,000 a month multiple times over and over again. So Sam, why don't you go ahead and call me like you're the customer, and I'll answer the phone and we'll go through a negotiation. Okay. To keep things simple, I'm not going to do like an appraisal. Let's just say you're going to sell me a phone. Let's say it's worth 200 and I'm going to offer you 100 for it, just to kind of cut the appraisal part out of it. Does that sound good?
Okay.
You see where we're going? Okay, cool. So here we go. Go ahead and call me. I'm going to answer.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix.
Yeah, I have a iPhone 8 for sale.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. And what carrier is it with?
AT&T.
AT&T. Okay, fabulous. Just give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and look that up for you, see what I can do for you. All right, cool. So on that, on the iPhone 8 for AT&T, well, by the way, guys, iPhone 8 for AT&T, are probably going to spend a little bit more than $100, but just for the sake of negotiation, just bear with me. I'm going to only.
Sorry, that's the phone I have.
Okay, so yeah, I could do like 100 on that. Is that cool?
No, I paid like $800 for this.
I totally understand. How much were you looking to get out of it?
Probably around 400.
By the way, my name is Dave. What was your name?
Sam.
Sam. Nice to meet you, Sam. Thank you for calling today. Appreciate it. I'm just going to pause for a second, guys. I'm going to break down the psychology of why I'm saying all this stuff, okay? There's a process to this negotiation, and there's a reason why I say every single one of these things that I'm doing in the exact order I'm doing, and I'll break it down after this phone call. But I want you to remember this part, how I said her name right here. What I'm doing is I'm softening up I guess for lack of a better word, the opponent. I'm softening up the opponent by saying the name. It puts them in a relaxed state. So Sam, yeah, thank you again for calling. I appreciate it. So we're at, like, you say 400. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, how did you arrive at that price? Have you tried selling that on your own yet?
No, I have not. But I mean, that's half of what I paid for it. So.
So I definitely would love to buy this phone from you, Sam, and I want to do some business with you today. Greatly appreciate you calling. The only thing is, I'm looking up right now, and I see that phone, unfortunately, is only selling for $200. And now you don't have to take my word for this. I can actually walk you through and show you that that's what it'd be able to get. So if you were to sell it on your own, or if I was to sell it, that's what I'm going to get is the 200. So believe me, I want to give you $400 for it. But unfortunately, the market isn't going to allow me to do that, if that makes sense. So I'm happy to give you the $100 though, and then you don't have to worry about selling it on your own. And I could just give you the cash right now, make this super easy for you. I'm actually available to meet in the next 15 minutes if you like. Would that work for you?
Honestly, I was hoping to get a little bit more for it. So can you do at least 150?
Oh, so Sam, I really would love to. Believe me, I really want to buy the phone, and I appreciate it, and I really try to do the best I can for my customers, because I want you to not only sell me the phone today, but I'd like to get repeat business for you. And if you have anything else, we also buy laptops, MacBooks, tablets, and things like that. However, at that price, it's impossible with my overhead in business and my profit margins in order to do that. As much as I'd love to, I wouldn't be able to do that 150. But I tell you what, I don't normally do this, especially on a $200 phone. I never go higher than 100. But because I understand you spent so much, and I kind of feel bad for the situation, Sam, I'm willing to do 105 for you on that and just give you a little extra to help you out. Is that fair?
That is fair. I agree with you on that. But how about 110 and I sell you 3 laptops? How's that sound?
It's possible. I'm kind of at the max I can go with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm already $5 over what I'm at. I went right to the top because I understood you said you paid $800 for the phone, so I kind of went right to the most I could with that 100. But if we could come to an agreement and you could do 3 laptops, I might be able to do that extra for you. What other laptops do you have?
I have one HP, not exactly sure what it is, and I have 2 Toshibas.
All right. I'll make you a deal, Sam. How's this? I'll do the 110 on the phone. If you promise me you'll come down for the laptops. Now, here's the thing. As long as we can make a deal on those laptops, I promise I'll do the 110 on the phone, because then that helps me get some more business and also puts more money in your pocket, more importantly, right? Because that's, of course, the reason you called. I want to help put as much money in your pocket as possible. So if you can do that, I can meet you in the next 15 minutes. It'd probably be better if I just look at the laptops right in person, if that's cool with you. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine. They're, my old ones anyway. I don't care about them.
Either way, I'm definitely going to give you 105 at the very least for the phone, okay? So I'm going to guarantee you that, and I'll be happy to do the 110 if we could do the laptop deal. Is that fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Awesome. All right. I'll see you in a little bit. So the only thing really quick, Sam, I'm just going to, when we meet up, if we can meet at the Wendy's at Warwick by the mall. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Are you from the area?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is this your cell phone, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is if I get there and I'm there first, I'm going to call you. If you get there first, you call me. Sound good?
Yep. Sounds great.
Because, Sam, I've got appointments lined up all day. I'm very busy. I do this for a living, and then I take my business very seriously. And I have like 3 people lined up to sell me a phone after this. So I just want to make sure you're definitely going to be there, because I'd hate to leave a customer waiting, if that makes sense.
Yes, I definitely understand that.
Sweet. Cool. One last thing, Sam. All I just need to see is a photo ID when I get there. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. All right. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. And, Sam, just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate your business.
You as well. Thank you.
You got it. See you soon. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So let's kind of break down the psychology of this. First of all, did anybody learn something on this call while I was talking to Sam? Does anybody see some things that they might have gone wrong with, or something I did? Give me something you learned when you watched me do this with Sam. Now, I don't expect you to memorize this, because that was a lot. And there was a lot of advanced psychology I used to close Sam. Sam was a very difficult customer. She told me no quite a few times, and she tried to anchor me with giving me a higher price, and I didn't fall for it. But a lot of people fall for that. Just that her offering $800, saying, well, I paid $800, instantly on a lot of new people get thrown off by that. They're like, oh, $800, I'm never going to close this deal. This lady's way too far off. Not me. I made her fight for $5. And that's what I do with every single person that tries to sell me. I will make him fight for 20 minutes just to squeeze an extra couple bucks out of me, because that makes them appreciate more and respect the deal. It's never the deal that you get, guys. It's the deal they think they got. Remember that. That's one of the most key things I ever learned in sales. And now, like, for example, Chris Kripe, he said he used a lot of my new advanced negotiation stuff like anchoring and stuff that I talked about. He now is buying phones 20% less than he used to, because he used to think that offering more upfront made people sell their phone more. It's wrong. I told him, offer people lower, almost expecting them to say no, because then you're anchoring them. Because now they have to battle your anchor. There's a psychological bias in the brain. It's a shortcut decision-making process our brains have called anchoring. And what it is we tie everything we base on the first impression for something, okay? For anchoring is, for example, like if you went on a first date with someone, right? Let's say you're a guy, you know, or a girl, and you're on a date with a guy. And let's say, you know, the first date, this guy smells really bad, and he has no teeth. He looks like he hasn't taken a shower in 5 years, and he's wearing his like shirts have holes all in them and stuff like that, right? Your first impression is this guy doesn't take care of himself, and I don't want to see him again. No matter how hard he tries, even if he comes in the second date all clean cut, he's just going to be the ugly, smelly guy who finally figured out how to dress. But if the first date, he looks all clean cut and smooth and sharp and smells good, and he's dressed in a suit, he looks good, and then on the second date, he looks like a bum, you're just going to be like, well, he's having an off day. I'll give him another chance, because of the anchor of the original impression. And that's how people tie or price him. So when like, for example, with Sam, I'm lowballing her. I'm wearing $100 because I want to anchor her that we're at this low price. And she's like, well, can we do 150? I want to get her low. And if it was like a $200 phone, I start those people off at like $70, because I know they're going to say no to that. I expect them to, but I want to anchor them at that price. So even if I come up to 90, I'm still scoring, because the phone's worth $200. Is this too advanced for you guys? I want to make sure this isn't going over your head. But what do you guys like? Is everybody grasping this concept? Ray says is good. Sam says no. Okay, now if I know it's a lot to memorize the script that I said, so this is why in the objection and rebuttal script, guys, it's all there, right? A lot of the stuff I said. See this? Even if someone says no or responds rudely, see, I totally understand. How much were you looking to get? I wrote this test script from my call script of how I answer phone calls, and that's how I came up with this. Now, a couple things. First off, when I answer the phone, here's how a lot of people answer the phone. Hello? Notice how I answered it. Thank you for calling Buy, Sell, Fix. Not hello or yeah, this is Dave. I see so many course members answering the phone that way, and I've called my competition, and most of them answer that way as well. That is not going to get you phones. That's anchoring them that you're not a motivated business person. So even I'm anchoring them from the very beginning. The minute I get on that phone call, thank you for calling Buy, Sell, Fix. First impression, oh, this guy's a friendly, motivated business person. That's what I want their mind to think. Does that make sense? Bob Fritz says, I love it. I think it works better if you have them on the phone. Absolutely, because they can hear my tone. They can hear I'm a warm, friendly person. So, you know, if you're not confident on the phone, I totally understand. And if you want to do this on text to get good with the actual words first, then use that common objection and rebuttal script. Watch the training video with that so you can kind of get the objections down. But then once you can transition to a phone call and start working this way, I think you're going to see your closing average of your deals go up so much better. Now, a few psychological tricks that I played on Sam when I was doing this. One was the anchoring. I lowballed her. Also, when you say someone's name, there's a magic thing in sales that when you say someone's name at least 5 times, they automatically put you in a friend level. They now build what's called affinity, right? Have you ever met someone and you just kind of liked them? You're like, this guy's pretty cool. I like this guy. Or I like this girl. This is really cool. I don't know what it is. Just like them. Okay? Again, that's your brain using those psychological shortcuts. And when someone says your name in a genuine, authentic fashion, right? Not fake, like, hello, Sam. How are you doing, Sam? That's weird. That's not authentic. But in an authentic, like Sam, how you doing? Good. All right. So, Sam, I'd really love to buy that phone from you, but unfortunately, I'm not able to make a profit. I'd love to buy that phone from you today, Sam, and I definitely want to help put money in your pocket today, but unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to make a profit at that price. And the market won't allow me to. Now, when I said the market, does anybody know what I just did there? This is an advanced sales trick called the third-party close. What you're doing is you're saying, it's kind of like when a little kid asks mom and dad, and the mom goes, hey, your father said no, we can't do it. Or good cop, bad cop. The bad cop says, man, I'd love to let you out of this jail cell today, man. But, this guy's just a hard ass, and he's not letting me. If you just give up the goods, just tell him what he wants to hear. Let's just get this over with, man. That's called the third-party close. So what I'm blaming my price on is the market. I'm saying, I'd really love to give you this price, but the market is not allowing me to do this. And you don't have to take my word for it. I can actually take you and show you if you want to see what they're selling for. But that's not important right now. What's important is I want to put cash in your pocket today. Now that line right there, what does that tell my customer? I say, that's not important. I want to put cash in your pocket today. Anybody know why I do that? Okay, so here's what happens. So when I say, see, we never want to be in a combat situation with the customer. This is not a fight. It's a strategy. It's let's work together to solve this puzzle. We got a puzzle here. You want cash, I want your phone. This is our puzzle. We're going to work together to solve this puzzle. This is not a let's put the boxing gloves on, man. You want 200? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, I can't do that because they're not selling on eBay. Yeah, take that. Like we don't want that environment. And that's what a lot of people make it when they're negotiation. We don't want that. We want this to be working together. So that's why I say I would love to do this for you. Unfortunately, the market doesn't allow me to pay that type. Chris is saying laugh out loud guilty. The market doesn't allow me to pay that because I wouldn't be able to get a profit. And I can actually show you if you really want to walk with me right now, I'll take you through it so you see if you were to sell it for yourself, how much you're going to get. But then I say, but that's not important right now. What is important is I want to put cash in your pocket today and help you get some money and to get that phone, and I'd love to earn your business. When I say that's not important right now, what is important is I want to put cash in your pocket today. I'm now bringing them back into the puzzle solving. I'm saying, let's do this together, man. It sucks. I can't give you that money. We know that now. But you know what? Let's not focus on the negative. Let's focus on how can we make this work. Let's do this today. And I'm refocusing them on the solution. I'm refocusing them on that deal. Does everybody understand that? It takes a little bit of practice to do this, guys. But if you know that the strategy of why I'm doing this, you can apply this better. And it's all in the script I gave you, but it's probably easier if you know the psychology behind it because you're more apt to use it. Eric says, Dave, how do you walk them through the market value without going through the whole clean bad ESN explanation? I haven't explained a bad ESN to someone in like 4 years. I just don't care. I don't care about unlocked. I don't care about bad ESN. I don't care about color of their phone. I don't care about their OtterBox case. I don't care about their accessories and their charger. I don't care. I don't even listen to that stuff. So here's what I do when they say, so I got a phone, yep, and it's unlocked, by the way. It's unlocked so you can use it for any carrier. Okay, cool. So Sam, what carrier was it originally for? Sprint? Okay, awesome. So I can give you $100 on that phone. $100? I paid $600 and it's unlocked. I totally understand. I would love to give you the $600 for your phone. Unfortunately, the market is not allowing me to do that. Have you tried selling it yourself yet, Sam? Notice I don't even acknowledge the bad ESN. I don't even acknowledge the unlocked. Here's what some people do. Well, unlocked, unlocked, I can't do it because, some carriers might not really be unlocked, and I don't know if it's unlocked, and they try to defend and explain themselves to the customer. Or they're trying to defend and explain why it's a bad ESN. Well, Sprint is a bad ESN, so I can't pay more for Sprint because they could be financed, and then if you don't pay it off and all this stuff, they don't want to hear that. All they want is cash in their pocket. That's all they care about. All we care about is buying that phone. So why do we want to complicate this process? Let's make it easy, right? Is anybody guilty of this? And I know it's okay if you are. I've done it in the past, and I see my employees do it. This is not an uncommon mistake here. Phone for me says yes, sir. Chris says used to. Sam says I used to, not anymore. Bob says heck yeah, I've done it. But you'll find if you don't, and you can simplify the negotiation process, that your closing average is going to go up a lot higher. And if you guys know me and you've ever seen me in action, I close usually 8 or 9 out of 10 people I talk to. That means for every 10 people I get on a phone call, I'm closing 80 to 90% of those people. Just think of how insane that would be for your wallet to close that type of amount of people. That means even if you got 4 deals a day, and you close 3 phones, you're going to make over $1,500 a week profit on just 4 leads a day. That's $70,000 a year. Okay. So I just want you to understand how powerful these negotiation strategies are, because even when it's slow, even when there's no leads coming in, if you can close 90%, you are going to be a very wealthy person. And when the leads do come in, you make handfuls of money. All right. Next, let's see. Bob says, yep, I learned what I learned I applied what I learned last week and applied it. Sweet. Mark says, what if your seller is a repeat and you don't realize and you give the same? Okay, it's the same thing. If it's a repeat customer, I'm going to go through the same exact process. I'm not going to change. Now, this is important, by the way, guys. There's a thing called the butterfly effect when you're taking phone calls. Every single phone call, you need to have the energy. I want you to focus and just like, I want this phone, 10,000 a month. I want this phone, because there's a certain aura and energy you give off to the people that you're speaking with, right? And they can sense it. They can sense when your attitude sucks and when your attitude is good. And they can sense when you want the business or you don't. If you ever answer a phone like this, you're like, thank you for calling, hello, and you're busy, you're answering messages. Instantly, you anchor them that you're in a bad mood. And then they're like, yeah, I've got a phone to sell. I got a Galaxy J3, and it's some phone you don't think is a good phone. You're like, oh, I don't buy those. You don't know if that guy sold you an iPhone 8 last week and he's calling you with this phone this week. I've had that happen multiple times. And you burned a customer. You were going to make $500 off this year, but you just pissed him off because you were in a bad mood or you were in a rush. Every customer, you don't know that person what's going to happen. That's called the butterfly effect. When you treat every single person like they're at a 5-star restaurant when you're on the phone with them, watch how much money you'll make. It's huge. Someone says, don't be a prick. It's not, none of us purposely are rude to people. It's just sometimes in business, we get stressed. We get angry. We get frustrated. Let's say someone just opened up an eBay return. You're in a bad mood. This is extremely important to control your emotions and keep yourself in state. And that's why the mindset part, guys, is so crucial. And I have that phone flipping superstar credo. When you find yourself, let's face it, we all have bad stuff happen sometimes in this business, right? It's not, I'm a realist. I don't just talk about the fluff. Sometimes we have returns. Sometimes people are rude to us. Sometimes we get haters on our ad posts. This stuff happens, but that stuff is going to happen, but how we react is the only thing we can control. We can't control all that negative crap, but what we can control is our attitude. And our attitude is going to make us way more money if we stay focused on the positive. If we stay focused on 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, even if the guy tells you to F yourself on the last phone call and says, you're a dirty, rotten scumbag who lowballs people and you should not be in business and all your ads posted everywhere and you're a loser. I'm sick of seeing your crap. Why don't you just kill yourself, dude? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the phone call. If you ever want to, do any business, I'm sorry we're not able to work it out, but, feel free to give me a call in the future. Thank you very much. Boom. And that's how I seriously leave those people. I don't get mad. I don't argue with them. I'm like, hey, man, I'm really sorry I wasn't able to work this out with you. I appreciate it. I'd love to do business with you, but I totally understand. See that word? I love that. I totally understand. It just diffuses people so well. I totally understand. Thank you very much. And you got to protect this. You got to protect your attitude, because if you do, the next guy, he might sell you 5 phones. But if you answer that phone, the next phone call you're going to get is one of those 5 phone deals, and you're all mad because this guy told you to F yourself and said all this negative stuff, and you answer the phone like, hello, yeah, what do you got? Yeah. You're going to lose that deal. So you let one guy who wasn't going to give you any business anyways ruin, $300-400 worth of profit for the day. Sam says, Dave, tell the story about being cussed out and the guy back. Does anybody want to hear the story about the guy who swore at me, slammed the door of my store and left, and he ended up selling me his phone 2 days later? Does anybody want to hear that? I don't know if you guys have already heard this like a million times, but so there was one day, this was back then, it was a Galaxy S7. Now this is like a few years ago, so it was like a newer phone back then, right? This was like 3 years ago when I was actually working full time in my stores. Guy comes in and I said, I can only, I don't know, it was like $70 or something, or $100 I offered him. And the guy's like, I'm sorry for swearing, but, if you can't handle swearing, this is probably not the right business for you. So I'm going to swear, So the guy's like, are you fucking nuts, man? Like, he starts swearing at me, right? And he's like, what do you fucking take me for, an idiot? He starts screaming at my face. And I'm like, I'm really, really sorry. I totally understand. I'd love to do business with you. But unfortunately, I showed him my computer. Like, unfortunately, look, they're only selling right now for $250. I'd be happy to buy the phone from you. And he's like, fuck you, man. And the guy slams the door of my store. And I was like, hey, really sorry. Thank you very much. 2 days later, I see the guy at my front door, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. What is this guy going to shoot me or something? He walks in and he goes, hey, I just want to apologize for the other day. I don't know. I was just having a bad day, but I'm really sorry about that. And do you mind? Would you still offer me that price on the phone? And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, I really feel stupid, but I don't know what it was. I'm like, don't even worry about it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the business. Boom. It was like a $150 profit deal. So that's again the butterfly effect. It's funny when people act up and you forgive them, they're willing to tell everybody about you. You'd be surprised. I had a guy. Did anybody know about the guy who actually sold me fake purses, and then I forgave him and I made $10,000 off him over the next 3 years? There was a guy. He still comes to my store to this day, right? And when me and Amy were my wife Amy, we were starting our business, we used to buy designer purses. And we went to this guy's house, and he's like, oh, I got a Louis Vuitton. He was a big talker. And I was a little naive. I didn't know what I was doing. I just started my I Buy for Resale Inc. It was only like a couple months in. So he sold me these fake Louis Vuittons for $250. I thought they were real. I didn't realize they were fake. And I went home and I took a closer look. The guy was really charming. He was like a really good talker and stuff. So I get home, and then me and Amy are looking at it like, something seems off with this. I don't know. So we did a little research. We started watching YouTube videos about fake Louis and stuff like that. And we're like, oh my God, this is a fake. So I called the guy up. I said, hey, this is a fake Louis Vuitton. Do you mind giving me money back? He's like, hey, man, you bought it. And he, give me that. And we got kind of in an argument. And long story short, hung up, didn't get my money back. I got screwed, lost the $250. So 6 months later, when I started buying all the phones a lot more and stuff, right? The guy, I get a phone call, and he wants me to meet him in Warwick. Now, this guy was in another city at the time. I meet the guy at Warwick, and I recognized him instantly. I was like, this is the guy that screwed me on those purses. But I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to him right away, right? Because I was like, I'm gonna get back at him in other ways. I'm gonna be a smart business person. So I said, hey, how's it going? Oh, cool. You got some phones? And he had 3 phones he was gonna sell. And I looked at him, and he wanted like these phones. I was gonna get like $500 for them. He wanted like $350 or something like that, right? And they were $500, which would have been a profitable deal still. But I looked at the phone and said, cool, thanks, man. I really want to buy it. I said, hey, you're a pretty cool guy. By the way, I think you sold me some purses 6 months ago. He goes, oh, yeah? And I said, yeah. I don't know if you remember, but I think those purses, they weren't authentic. He's like, oh, man, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. And he started getting defensive. And I said, look, don't worry about it, man. I said, all's good. I said, I'll tell you what, though. Can you hook me up on this deal, and we'll call it even? Let me get these for $200, and I'll be happy to buy anything else you have in the future too. He goes, all right, that's fair, that's fine. His name is Joe. Joe Latham was his name. He ended up selling me the 2 phones. I made like $300 profit, right? So now I broke even on the purses. He calls me a month later. Hey, Dave, I got some more phones if you're interested. This guy owns like a whole trucking company, right? And he's got all these connections with people that sell phones all the time, right? I ended up buying, no kidding, $20,000 worth of phones from him that year. In the next like 2 or 3 years, I've made over $10,000 in profit from that one guy. Can you imagine the butterfly effect if I had lost my cool and gotten pissed off about those purses? I always, I'm so grateful, good job, Dave. Good job. You kept your cool on that one. 10 grand, baby. 10 grand. You think I care about those $250 loss on those purses? No. So guys, you don't know who's going to be your 10 grand guy. And that's why it's so important to keep your emotions under control and treat every single person like gold, because it really does pay. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. I can show you the bill of sales if you want to see them. All right. Was this helpful so far, this group chat today, guys? I really wanted to drop some value. I wanted to combine like the ads with the negotiation and the mindset, all of it. I hope it's not too preachy. Everybody says 100% love it. Chris says, yes, I need to stay calm, loving it. Says, I wouldn't miss these chats for the world. Sweet. Paulin says, I want to see the bill of sales. Oh, you're going to make me go dig those up, Paulin. All right. They're in like boxes at my stores, but if you really want to see them, I'll show it to you. Anyways, so I'll do like 5-minute question and answer for you guys if you want, and then we'll wrap up the chat for today. So feel free to go ahead and ask whatever questions you guys have. Bob Fritz asks, how long do I keep the bill of sales? We keep them, tax purposes, I think you're supposed to keep them like 3 years for business documents. What we do is we have manila envelopes for each month, January, February, March, December, or whatever. And then we put our bill of sales for each month in a labeled envelope, and then we stick them in boxes, and that's how we do it. Sam says, I want Dave's 365 books in a year list. Oh, that's a lot of work. Did anybody watch the book review I just did? I don't know if anybody, like, a lot of people, like the people who actually watched it liked it, but it didn't seem like, it didn't get a lot of views. People had asked me to do book reviews and like review my favorite books. It didn't get nearly as many views as my phone flipping stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I don't know why people. Sam says, I want to watch. I posted it in the group. Ray says, what if someone says, well, you're going to make $150, offer me 50 more? What do you guys think or say? So Ray, are you able to unmute yourself? We can actually talk. I'd be happy to kind of like chat
Yeah, I
with you
can.
for a second on this. How's it going?
It's going good. Pretty
Good. Okay, cool. So Ray, I want to see what you think I would say to that first, because I want you to think for yourself just a little bit, and then I'll help you out with that answer. So someone says to you, oh, you're going to make $150. You know you're making money, man. Come on, give me another 50.
So I think with what you did on the call about stating about your profit margins, well, unfortunately, my profit margins, that's not going to work out for me in my overhead. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards something like that.
So let me do it. You pretend you're the person. I'll pretend I'm the customer. I'm going to say it to you, Ray, okay? I want you to handle it like word for word how you would do right on a call, okay? And call me Dave the customer if you want to use my name. So come on, man. You offer me this price. Like, give me another $50. You know you're making money, man. You know you're going to get some money off this. You're making like at least $150 profit. Come on. You can do 50. You can do 50.
Hey, Dave. Well, unfortunately, the max that I could do is the $200 offer. Like I said, with the profit margins, I'm not making enough in that business to offer that, but I can offer you the 200 cash today.
Okay, cool. So you did pretty good word-wise, Ray.
Okay.
But see, unfortunately, people don't just make decisions logically as much as we love it, right? They make emotional decisions, okay? And there's more than that one anchoring bias that we have in our brain. There's another one called the likability bias, which means if people like you, you can actually get away with almost doing bad things to them, and they'll still forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get away with making big mistakes or not being perfect, and they'll still like you, right? And with your tone, it felt kind of like I was being talked down to a little bit. Does that make sense? So you want to convey a tone of warmth and welcoming. So, like you do it to me. And I know I was being like I was very aggressive to you, but I wanted that's a real thing. Have you ever had somebody do that? Because I've had people do that to me before where they're very pushy. Like,
on text, yeah. On text.
Yeah. So on text, it's a little different. On text, you would just stick to the script. I totally understand. I would love to do business with you, and I'd love to put some cash in your pocket. You've got to say that because it lets them know you're still on their side. You're doing what's called staying in rapport, which means you're staying on the same team. Now, when you had answered it, you kind of did it as more of a combative approach, where it's like, well, Dave, I'd love, I totally understand, but my profit margin. So it's I totally understand, but, and the but is where it turns it into more of a combat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we want more of like, look, I totally understand, Ray, and I would love to buy this phone from you. The only thing is that I wouldn't be able to make a profit if I was to purchase from it. And believe me, I'd love to give you the 150, but the market's not allowing me to. You see how now it's not like I'm not making a decision. It's not my fault. It's the market. I'm putting the blame on something I can't control. And it's very hard to argue with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And there's another bias in our brain. It's called the reason respecting bias, which means when you give someone a reason, when you're saying no, they're much more likely to accept it than if you don't give a reason. So watch this. If Ray, you say, can you give me $50?
Can you give me $50 more?
I can't do it, Ray.
50.
I can't do it, Ray. Okay, now see how I responded there? Now watch this. Let me give another reason. Okay, say it again.
Can you just give me $50 more?
I can't do it because I wouldn't make enough profit.
Right. Yeah.
Now that's even better, but watch this. Let's take it up another notch. Say it again.
Right. Can you give me $50 more?
Ray, I would absolutely love to give you the $50. So see, now I'm likability bias. The more you can hit people with these psychological biases, the better chance of closing. So Ray, I would love to buy the phone and put some cash in your pocket today. But the only thing is that I wouldn't be able to do it because the market isn't paying enough for that phone for me to be able to make a profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So I'm actually nicely getting you even to agree with my reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it strengthens the likability and that bias, right? And then I'm going to close them. But I would love to help you out today and see it keeps me in rapport with them. Can we do that 100? Is that fair? And then a closing question. Wrap them up with the closing question.
Okay.
You see, just these little tiny subtleties are the difference, Ray, between going from like 1 out of 10 deals to 5 out of 10 deals. Just these little tiny shifts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Like 1 out of 10, if that.
Yes, and those are what we call like the gimme customer. So there's kind of like a phenomenon where like no matter what you do, if you just offer them somewhat of a reasonable price, they'll say yes. And they'll take it on the first offer. But that's only like 1 out of 10 customers, maybe even maybe 5% out of those people are like give me's. But most of the other people, they're going to say no to us 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. So we have to learn how to close them. And that's what makes us a good business person and negotiator, is closing those people, not the gimmies. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Was that helpful for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it. Good luck. Let's see. Who else? Let's add a question. Let's see. Elijah asked, how do I ask someone to sign a bill of sale when I'm meeting them? Luckily, I feel like I'll ruin the entire conversation. I kind of don't understand that question, Elijah. I don't know if that was a typo. You said, how do I ask someone to sign a bill of sale when I'm meeting them luckily? I'm not sure what you're asking on that. When you ask them to sign a bill of sale, you take your bill of sales. You guys all have your bill of sales on a clipboard. Who has a clipboard, by the way? Everybody have a clipboard? You all have a clipboard. You should have your cash in your clipboard, right? And then you just say, hey, do you have your ID? You get their ID, and you start writing all their information on the clipboard. Once everything's filled out, you write the serial number of the phone, you write the IMEI down, you write all the information, you just say, hey, just need you to sign that really quick for me if that's cool. And then I put the cash right on top of the clipboard with my hand over it so they can't grab it and run. I put the cash right there on top of the clipboard, my hand right here, and I say, can you sign it? So those big, nice $20 bills are staring them right in the face, so they don't go, why do I got to sign this? Nobody turns me down. I haven't had one person in 3 years turn me down from the bill of sale. You just do it like that. By the way, you want to negotiate? Watch this. Hold on. I'll be back in 1 second. I got to grab something. I want you guys to try this. This is a really advanced technique, and it takes a little bit of work, right? But there's something called the availability bias of the brain. I'm teaching you guys very high-level psychology here. But when I do this, and I show you guys this, there's like this little thing that gets excited in your brain. Because all of a sudden, I could say, hey, guys, I could give you $500 for your phone. But when I shove it right in your face, and it's right there, wow, look at that, $500. And I say, I got the cash right now. Would you like to do this? And I put this in front of you. It's like a compelling magnet. You're like, okay, I can't say no to it. So if you can, when you're negotiating with people, if they ever try to renegotiate when you meet up with them, get the cash and then count it. Okay, so we said 250, right? So I have 100 here, 200, 250. So I got the 250. I know you said you wanted another 50, but I got the 250 right here if you'd like to do it. Can you just sign right there and we can go ahead and get the deal done? Is that cool? And that's it. You just hold that right there like that. This is like gold, guys. I'm teaching you stuff I don't normally teach course members, but this works phenomenal. It's so hard to resist. We would do that when I was at my store. I would always take the cash and I'd count it up right in front of them. I say, okay, if they were really hard, like they said no to me 5 times, like, come on, man, you can do this, come on. Well, look, I got it right here. Look, here we go. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. I got $100. If you're ready to do this, let's just do it. Come on. And like, come on, man, you can't do 50. I got it right here. $100. And I'm going to put this dumbass grin on my face. And I'm just going to hold that cash up and I'm going to smile. And this smile makes me a lot of money too, by the way. It's hard to say no, right? Like you do a nice, genuine, warm smile. I get the 100 right here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boom, done. Just like that. And it works phenomenal, guys. Try it. And that's for the really tough customers. This is an advanced trick. So some of you guys are new. Don't get intimidated by that. You just using the script will help you a lot. But for those of you guys that really want to up the bar in your negotiation, that works great. Oh boy, we get a lot of messages here. Crazy looking smile. Timothy says that's what the guys at Hardcore Porn do. It's because it works. Let's see. Christian says this is awesome. The guys are laughing. Someone says, I wish we could do leads during FaceTime. You guys, you know what you can do? Take a picture of the money and text it to them. If they're saying no like 2 or 3 times, have you ever done this? Take a picture of the money, send it to them, be like, look, man, I got the cash right here for you. Send them a picture of the cash and text it right to their phone or send it to them on Facebook Messenger. All of a sudden, watch their attitude change because they're like, wow, this is real money. I can get this. Sometimes you say things like, oh, I could do 300. It just seems like a number. But if you see it, I can do 300. I got it right here. It all of a sudden becomes real to them, and they're much more willing to sell it to you. This is how you crush your competitors, by the way. You just want to destroy everybody in your area. This is how you do it. Nobody knows this stuff. There's not a phone flipper in the country. I only know maybe a few guys that are this good that do this stuff. But if you want to just destroy everybody, do this stuff. Okay. Anyways, my own employees aren't good enough to do that because it's so advanced. But if you can be, it helps. Felon says, I want to destroy my competition. Derek says, another weapon to our arsenal. Elijah says, when attempting to meet people locally, what do you think mentioning a bill of sale will turn people off from wanting to sell to you? If a bill of sale turns them off, it's probably because the stuff is stolen. So just remember that, guys. Like, if you ask like I did, you don't ask for a bill of sale like this. You don't say, so I'm going to need to have you sign a bill of sale, and I'm going to need to see a driver's license and write all your info down. Is that okay? Most people aren't going to say yes to that, right? You just say, hey, just got to see an ID when I get there. Is that cool? And then I don't even say bill of sale. I just say, hey, just got to fill this out really quick. I don't even say bill of sale. I just say, I got to just fill this out really quick. And I hand them, I put the cash there, right? And I just say, here you go. And that's it. And they just like sign it. Boom, done. Sam says, ask like Dave asked me. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Anything else? These are good questions. I'm glad too. Like, even if you're like afraid of this stuff, it's good that you're saying this. Jonah says, do you post 10 Facebook ads and another 5 group chat story day? So we're probably like 7 group posts and like 5 stories right now. That's kind of like where we're at. We're posting and like, because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to get banned from the groups. So we're doing like 5 Facebook group stories and like 7 Facebook group posts a day at the moment to kind of blend it. Mark says, after making a successful transaction with the seller, maybe offer them some sort of percentage of cash for a friend. So I've tried the referral deal. You can do that. It's hard to keep track of that though. And you know what? I get referrals for free, guys. I'll just get people to like give me referrals for it without paying them. Like, I think if you're a good business person and you treat people well, they'll do it without like you even having to offer them. That's why I treat people really, really good. And I use this stuff because they do refer me. Right. So, at every deal, every single person I deal with, I always say, here's a business card. If you ever need anything in the future, I'm just going to hand it, some kind of card here. Here's a card. If you ever have anything in the future, we buy laptops, MacBooks, tablets, iPhones, cameras, smartwatches, all kinds of electronics. And if you know anybody else, please send it to us. We are buying all the time, 7 days a week, and we always have the cash. So feel free to give us a call and put the card right in their hand like that. Just go and hand it to them. And that works really well. Sam says, how do you make sure that someone doesn't flake on you? So, Sam, I did it exactly to you. You asked about flaking. Remember how I committed you on the phone? And I said, so, Sam, you're definitely going to be there, right? Because I have a lot of people lined up, and I want to make sure that I don't leave any customers hanging. I don't say I want to make sure you don't blow me off. I don't say that. I say I want to make sure I don't leave any customers hanging. So you promise me you're definitely going to be there? Because if not, please let me know now so I don't, I don't leave someone hanging. Because people will feel really bad about that. If you say, I don't want you to blow me off, then it turns into an argument. But if you say, I just don't want to leave anybody hanging, they're going to be like, oh, well, actually, you know what? It's kind of not a good time. And they'll come clean as long as you're honest with them like that when you do it. Bob says everyone needs to have a business card for repeat business. Oh yeah, repeat business is so awesome, guys. We get so much business from repeat business. You know, we probably get at least 5 to 10 grand a month just in repeat customers. It just, if you don't have business cards, that's like, you know, phone flipping 101. It really is important to have those. Because they're not going to remember. You're missing out. You know, you don't want to look at every customer as just a one-time transaction. You want to remember these people are going to come back and sell you stuff throughout the year. And if you don't give them a business card and they forget, that's like losing $300, $400, $500. So think about this. Imagine if I took this money right now and I lit it on fire. Who here would like panic if I just started lighting these $100 bills on fire? Anybody want to punch me in the face if I do that? You'd freak out. But you're doing that every time you don't upsell someone and every time you don't give someone a business card. That's literally what you're doing. You're losing hundreds of dollars, right? But if I sat here and burned this in front of you, you'd really freak out because it's real. But that's really what you're doing. So just remember that. Chris says, just do it, Dave. Chris always wants me to do these crazy things. Bob says, Ray, meet him halfway if good profit. All right, I think we're going to wrap the group chat up, guys, a little bit over time. I hope this was really helpful for you guys and really try to deliver the most value I can for everybody. Thank you guys so much for participating and asking questions and really, you know, being active in the group. And I just want to say, too, how much I'd love to see you guys posting your goals. Like a guy like Jonas, you know, Jonas wasn't active for a while and he started taking action a lot and he's posting all the things he's doing and he's sharing like the picks that he's doing. Guys, this is how you become a phone flipping superstar. Absolutely love to see that stuff. So don't be like, well, I don't want to share my ads because people are going to steal it. Guys, we're all here to work together. Like I share everything with you. I tell you every little thing I do. And the more I do that, it's like the more money comes to me. It's crazy. I mean, I just showed you my eBay. We're at 32,000 for the month and 15,000 of that is profit. I share this with the world, and it just comes back to me even more. So don't be afraid to share your best stuff in the group, guys, and show people what it's doing. We all work together, and iron sharpens iron. So Chris says, I'm coming for you, Dave. Good. I hope you crush me. Like Aaron beat me. Like I want you guys to do better than me. I'm not like, oh, shit, I hope my students don't beat me. Like, please crush me. 40, 50,000 a month. It looks better for me, right? I want you guys beating me. All right, so anyway, and Chris is at 17,000. Awesome. Great job, Chris, by the way. That's a big step up for you. You're doing great. Chris says, I ask a ton of questions in the group chat. I know I probably annoy some of you. No, it's look, I want you guys to be the squeaky wheel. I want you to ask questions. I want you to be in the group. I want you to be active. Don't feel bad about that. You got to ask. All right. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm actually really going to go this time. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys on the next group chat.